Hello everyone. Welcome to HANSON Peace Theater. It is I, your host, Isaac HANSON, excited to welcome you to the hearth of my youth, the place where many stories were told, many presents were opened, and many good times had. Here at HANSON Peace Theater, we like to read classics from years gone by. And this year, our classic of choice, Hanson's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It is a modern classic. But before I get to reading it, I need to take a moment and get a little bit more comfortable. So if you'll excuse me. That's much better. And now for the reading of Hanson's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Written by Hanson and illustrated by Zach Hanson. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the bus, no one in the band was causing a fuss. Zach was all nestled up snug in his bunk, while the crew with their hops were flirting with drunk. And Taylor in his ascot and I in my kavass were watching White Christmas while riding first class. When all of a sudden the bus driver was screaming, "Out on the highway, I just saw a demon!" I thought for sure we were in for a tussle. Then Taylor exclaimed, "Is that Leon Russell?" Away to the bus door I flew like a flash, pulled back the curtain and peered through the glass. The headlight's reflection on the new fallen snow gave the feel of a party in the show's afterglow. When out of the dark, to my dismay, came 8 tiny reindeer and a miniature sleigh. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I couldn't be sure. Billy Gibbons? St. Nick? More rapid than a roadie with something to fix, these reindeer were booking down Route 66. With a deep booming voice, much like Barry White, the sleigh driver cheered his deer to take flight. Now Zeppelin, now Hendrix, Bon Jovi and Vixen, on Queasy, on Sneezy, on Burger and Fixins. To the top of that Porsche, to the top of that bus. Now run, run, Rudolph, Santa's in a rush. And then in a twinkle, I heard on the roof the prancing and dancing of each little hoof. As I pulled back my head and was turning around, through the back lounge window he came with a bound. He was dressed all in red from his head to his toe, and his jacket lining was a flag like Bono's. In his hand you could see a yellow walkie-talkie, and from the other side you could hear somebody squawking. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a crew chief with his mind on the pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His nose like a cherry. His cheeks were like roses, but his head, not so hairy. I could see clearly, even this far afield, he looked like David Crosby, except with a beard. Then he walked to the kitchen, stepping over the clutter, and gathered some things from inside the cupboard. He looked quite anemic. Was he hypoglycemic? That bowl of a belly craved peanut butter and jelly. At first I was scared till he nodded his head. I had nothing to dread now that Santa was fed. He spoke not a word till he finished his sandwich, and then toasted some bread and spread on some manwich. And laying his finger aside of his nose, with a running start, through the window he dove, and he squeezed through the frame with an audible pop, and fell to his sleigh in a great belly flop. But I heard him exclaim as he faded to black, "Happy Christmas to all, and thanks for the snack. Ho, ho, ho." There you have it. Hanson's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Thank you everyone for watching Hanson Peace Theater. I have been your host, Isaac Hanson, wishing you all a good night.